Welcome all water fire signs to your numerology reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. This is for Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Leo, and Scorpio, Sagittarius. Okay, guys, already shuffled everything, got them ready to go. And let's see what we have going on here. We have change. 5. That beautiful change. Major shifts coming into your life. So let's see why. It says needs validation, seeking reassurance for your achievements, emotions, or decisions. So you might need some validation at this time as you're shifting. You might feel like I'm not sure where I'm shifting. I might feel like I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone, or being pushed out of a comfort zone and not feeling like I don't understand what's going on, right? Let's see. So we do have deep fake, altered truths, virtual deception, seeing in is no longer believing. So that might be what you're looking for validation in within this change. It could be a change within this relationship with someone where you feel like this person is becoming someone you don't know. You might feel like they're changing when you're changing. A lot of times this does happen, but a lot of times, remember, a lot of the times the only reason you feel like they're changed is because you changed. So all you're really doing is seeing what's been going on around you the whole time. Yep, win or lose is the situation. Going with 5 again. Wow, 5 again. Okay. So now we have needing validation, win or lose to the situation. Okay. This is an overall card. Definitely some kind of change going on. These are going to happen one way or another. Go deep, explore your roots. So it's definitely something you're going to have to really ground yourself with and really look into this understanding for a more positive future to understand this period of transformation. So whatever the deep fake is, okay, it's going to be a little different for everyone, but it does feel like no matter what's going on, it does allow you to see some kind of altered truth that's coming towards you. Something that you haven't seen before. You may have seen it one way and realized that wasn't it, whether it was deceptive or whether it was felt it was deceptive and it was not deceptive. It's going to be a little different for everyone. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards over here. Altered truths. I'm just going to leave it there. Page of Cups to the recovery from financial loss, spiritual poverty, seeing some kind of improvement. It's also, though, the freedom to have this understand within this change. 5 again. You guys have 5, 5, 5. Wow. Don't tell me that you're not pushing beyond your limitations over here and being drawn into this new change, new transformation. Whether it's in personal development, relationships, career, it doesn't matter where it is. But it's also being able to see this truth within the situation. It's almost like the more you're grounding yourself, you're going to see more truths. Whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter. 5 of Swords, it doesn't matter in the end. It's just going to be all about how you're going to strategically move around. But you do, like I said, have the Page of Cups, so you do have the curiosity to this understanding. I want to be curious to the situation, excuse me. But that's also because you're seeing some altered truth, so you want to know what's really going on within this situation. But you are definitely seeing the improvements around you, whether it's to a job, to, like I said, it just depends on where it is for you guys. It's going to be different. Releasing pains and negative talk. Moving on for recovery. There's a lot of recovery here. Win or lose, there's about a lot of recovery. 5 plus 3 equals 8. I like the 3 though, because the 3 is saying there's going to be joy, happiness. There's going to be new things coming in. But also with the 8, it's also talking about making a more positive shift towards hard work. Potentials for finding what it is that you truly want. And win or lose, I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna go out there. I'm going to get stable and get busy. Go deep within and explore your ways. Yeah, avoiding conflict. 5 again. Come on, guys. Avoiding conflict, respecting differences, disagreeing to disagree. Yeah, well, there's going to be some diversity. Okay. Well, if you're going to have the win or lose situation, you're going to want this change within this situation. You probably are going to run into some diversity. Makes total sense. It's going to keep you strong, though. But it's going to also keep you observing this situation until you can figure out what it is you truly want out of this situation, or until you can see it the way you want to see it, right? So we'll get to each one of you and see how this is going to pan out for each sign. I do have the timeline. I'm sorry, not timeline, the timestamp. I do have the timestamp in the description area. Okay. So let's get an overall card from Spirit and see how this is going to end, and then we'll get straight there. After the overall message, you guys can go straight to your timestamp and hit that. And, you know, if you're going to be next, probably no need to, but let's see. Spider, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories and inspire and enlighten. This is pretty much just talking about enlightening yourself. Keeping yourself in that creative spark. Keeping yourself. I like that though, because we're talking about that Page of Cups. Seeing it from a different point of view. It doesn't always have to be straight and narrow on this situation, especially when you're going to be in some kind of confrontation about this situation. Win or lose, you're going to have to see things through an expressive, different way. Also, right now is a great time though, also through this change, to get into your creative endeavors. Okay? If you guys do write, sing, dance, do whatever you're doing. But really right now, it's really about trusting within yourself to see the situation the way it's supposed to be. Okay? Accept the situation as it is rather than trying to change it. So once you see what it is, there's not going to be much you're going to want to do to change it, because you're already changed. You're changing, so therefore you're only seeing the altered sides of the truth. There's no reason to go changing anything. You've already changed. Like it says, win or lose, it really cannot be changed, because you're going to do what you're going to do. Look, if they want to change and it's a person and they want to change, they can change with you. But there's no need in going and fighting for any kind of change. It just is what it is. It's not going to work. Someone either wants to change or they don't. You can't make someone do something. Right? Shoot. How are you going to make somebody change when you barely have them make you coffee? It's like, man, I asked you to make me coffee 5 times. How am I going to make you really change if you can't even make me coffee? See the point? We're talking about little shit, and you want them to do some big shit. No. So you're going to see the ultimate truth of the situation. Then you're going to come to that conclusion of what is good for you. Do you express yourself creatively to this person? Keep yourself inspired and enlightened and keep yourself where you are, or are you going to move from the situation? Everybody's story is going to be different on what they're going. Let's see. I'm going straight to Pisces, Aries. Best message, please, for Pisces, Aries. Best message, please, for Pisces, Aries in this situation. First light, beginning of a new cycle. There's that change. And this is a definite shift straight into a new cycle. It's saying you're changing so much, you're going to just take this and you're going to move into this new cycle. Okay. Alrighty. Messages from angels, please, for this new cycle, new shift. I mean, you're just going to completely shift like a season over here. You're like, I'm coming out of summer, I'm going straight into fall. I ain't got no time for this. Oh, yeah. Trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. Up, there it is. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just watching you. Win or lose if you don't earn my trust. It's diversity. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Fighting to change it. I'm not fighting to change it. You're literally saying I'm not fighting to change it. Either it happens or it doesn't. And they can come and, show me that I'm going to trust them, win or lose, because they've showed me how fake they are. Now you're going to have to earn my trust back. Whoa. Live your life with both feet in. Commit fully to being here. You're like, this is my life. This is where I'm changing, and I've changed. You have changed, though, Pisces Aries, because you're saying I'm not going to do that. See, it says you need validation whether or not you're going to, entrust within this situation. Spirit says you don't need no validations. You do not need validation from this person. They either do it or they don't. Right? Because these cards show our weaknesses. It's our dark side, right? It shows our weaknesses to this situation. We all have a weakness to certain situations. And that one's saying that's where it is. So let's see what your other weakness is. Okay? That's the overall weakness for everyone. So let's see what your personal one is. And if you know it's not, then let's go ahead and throw it away. You know what it is because you'll say it in your head. Nope, that's not it. It was this. Oh, I just gave it away in my own head. Control issues. Deep-seated fear of losing power or feeling vulnerable or a false sense of security. Hey, feeling like a tornado in my head. I'm not going to allow you to feel like No. Absolutely. Releasing the tornado within your mind. Not going to allow them to make me feel vulnerable anymore. I'm living with both feet in, fully committed to being here, not giving away my power. This right here is just a giving away of power. That's literally what it is. And this one over here kind of almost feels like if I gave you power, then you would recognize, or I've given you lots of power. But I'm not doing that anymore. Because now I see what a deep fake you are. And it also works on you as well in some ways, the deep fake. Sorry to have to say that, but it is true for every sign. That's not every sign, but the water, fire signs, right? For all of you, because in some ways, it's it's saying that I was seeing is no longer believing, because I was allowing myself to live in a virtual deception, meaning I didn't really see you. I was maybe so overwhelmed with the situation that I wasn't seeing the truth within the situation. So I was blinding myself. Maybe you were even blinding yourself to their faults, even though you knew that they had faults. But maybe you were giving them, and that's for somebody, not for everybody, guys, okay? But some of you, you're allowing them to have bad habits and to do things, and now you're not going to do it anymore. You should have put your foot down a long time ago. Yeah. But you allowed it, got out of control. It got out of hand. For some of you, it got out of hand. It was like letting them do that, but the deep fake was in myself because I knew that they shouldn't have been doing that. I knew it was a mess, but I pretended like it wasn't because maybe you're waiting for them to heal. A lot of times we give a lot of validation to things that are wrong within our lives in hopes that it will change, hopes that they will change, hopes that we will make them grow, that we will fix them, or that they will fix along the way. And then it comes to the complete thing where it's like you completely wake up and you're just like, no more. I can't believe that I even allowed this to go on this long. It's almost like you were bit by a spider. Metamorphically, right? And you're starting to realize what you've allowed them to take your power away, and how much you've given away your validations, how much you've given away yourself. And now you're waking up to seeing this is not going to work anymore, and that they're not changing. For a lot of you, they're getting worse. They're becoming so blurred that their whole face on this side is not even there anymore. That you might even wake up and not even see it that way. Everything's a blur. Allowing them too much control. And now you're going to get your own control back. I don't care if it's at work. I don't care if it's love. I don't care if it's a family. I don't care what it is. It's allowing them too much. Okay. Overall message. I don't think you even really need one. Self-limiting beliefs. Releasing negative thoughts about the situation. 8. Opening back up. Acceptance and freeing yourself from this situation. That's where the change is. The change is you. That's why this card came out with it. Healing. Clarity. Amplify your emotions and bring your shadows to the surface to heal them. That's why. See, I don't take 2 cards when it comes to this, but I do see it. Allowing yourself to be free so that you can heal. Giving too much power away. It was all about It was all about giving away power. Okay. Cancer, Leo. The wandering path. Enjoy the journey. It's time for you to enjoy the journey and not allow everybody else to redirect you where you feel like you're not supposed to be. Let's put it that way. It almost feels like I'm going to go with the same thing that I said with Pisces, Aries. It's allowing someone to take control over the situation and then try to redirect you. It's almost like, yeah, it needs validation, but I think that needs validation is more like it needs the validation of where you've been putting your power into something that you're not enjoying. So the Spirit is saying, I want you to enjoy the journey. You need to reflect and redirect your energy at this time. Because this is a power struggle. This is a power struggle. You're looking, you might have been looking for validation in places with this person, but you're realizing this person is not going to be on the same page with you. So now you're going to have to reflect and redirect your energy. Yeah, it says avoidance. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive, which is crazy. This is what Leo got. This is the fire sign reading, got that. So yeah, it's for more validation, you guys could go watch the Leo reading. It's key to see the need to, it's almost like you're seeing it from the sidelines and not seeing exactly what's going on in front of you, because you're trying to overcome this discomfort, but you're not seeing where I can thrive, what I need to do. So now it's saying, I'm giving you this chance to change. You're going to change. You're going to, do some different things, root yourself in different areas. Adaptability, think outside the box and find creative solutions to life challenges. Yeah. And I like that though, because that kind of goes with the spider. That's going to be that creative solutions to look at other things outside of the box. The spider says, I'm going to give you these creative things. You can look at things from a different point of view. Yeah. So now it's saying, look at how you're going to get past the impasse when it comes to this situation. Because you're definitely noticing that there is this head-on collision with this person, place, or thing that's going on around you that you're having a hard time getting past. And over here it's saying, I'm trying to avoid this situation because it's causing a lot of discomfort. But it feels like the only way that I can overcome this is to kind of keep it to the side to the past over there so I can look to the other side of me so I can get past this, because otherwise it's just working on me. I got to let it go, let it flow. So the avoidance is actually necessary so that you can overcome this and not allow it to become your obsession to try to figure out how you're going to fix it. Because if you keep trying to fix it, then you just need validation. It's saying you need to overcome that, right? So, yeah, you don't need that. And if it's a person, you know, look, guys, you know what it is, okay? Spirit says, yes, me versus myself. In the end, it's going to be you versus yourself. It is, because only you are going to be able to get to that personal growth, having that self-competition. Only yourself is going to end up your competition. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't need to be with this altered truth of a situation, because then it just puts you in competition within yourself, your mind. Yeah. Okay. Overall message for the beautiful Cancer Leo. 6, self-care, unpaid debts. It's going to be all about that, taking back your power and domination for yourself. But that's going to be the win-win situation in its own way now, right? Because the only way that you're going to be able to do this is by opening up to yourself and saying, I've had enough. And then looking at my own self, right? And then that's when you're going to ground yourself and go deep within the situation. So that's good, though. Because it says, I'm still here and I can still do this. I just have to give it back to myself now. I've been giving all my power away. Okay. So 6 is getting back to that harmony and that peace within yourself. Okay. And we have Scorpio, Sagittarius. Best message. Your light is shining brightly, reaching your destination. Scorpio, Sag, you guys are on the roll to really discovering new changes. I mean, your change in transformation is probably, I would say, for between Capricorn, Cap Aqua, in yourself, I would say for, yeah, definitely Cuspers. I would say Capricorn, Aquarius, and yourself are definitely the ones that are having the biggest transformations right now that I've really been noticing. I mean, just swooping down under your feet, taking you off your feet. You might even feel like you're down and out, that you've been pushed down into the mud within the last couple of months, and I know you have, and it's now time that they're picking you up and really dusting you off and getting you ready to transform into this beautiful butterfly over here. It says your light is shining brightly and reaching your destination. You are definitely in this bubble. You are in this bubble, and your bubble is getting ready to pop. And this, when it pops, that castle is going to land. I know for some of you, your bubble's already popped and you're doing great. And then for others of you, you're really waiting. So take it how it resonates. Are you waiting for your bubble to pop and for your castle to land? Or did your bubble just pop and your castle is in this place of renovation? Meaning you're not 100, but you're still in renovation, right? Like I just got out of my cocoon and I'm learning to fly, right? Because that would just say you're in a cocoon. Biggest transformations kept. Yeah. Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I tell you guys, I've been watching you. Could use some self-care time like now. Schedule it in. Yeah, it's time to pamper yourself. You don't need any more validation. You don't need any more validation. What you need, there's a difference between validation, because that's seeking reassurance for your achievements, emotions, and decisions, right? That's just saying I need a cheerleading squad. But in seriousness, you don't really need one. It's nice to have one, but you don't need it. Because you can pat yourself on your back and tell yourself and pamper yourself and give yourself that love. Okay. So you don't really need anyone else for validation. It's nice. Oh boy, is it nice. And I'm here. I'm always here to be your cheerleader. Because we all need, we could need it. But there's difference actually, I think, between needing and wanting. Right? Needing is being needy. You don't need it. Wanting one is cool, right? And one, it's like, hey, that's cool, right? But what it really wants you to do right now, the reason it's saying this is because it wants you to stop battling yourself and start giving back your reassurance. You guys are on a roll. You've been doing amazing, right? You need to tell yourself and be your biggest cheerleader. You are your biggest cheerleader. Schedule it in. This person over here, they might be pretending to give you cheerleading, but for some reason they're not there. They're there for competition. They're there for rivalry. They're there to knock you down. I don't know who that person is, but you have somebody around you that is obviously very jealous of you, and then you have this other person who just doesn't want to see you win no matter what. Definitely could be, I don't know, it could be an earth sign. It could be a Taurus, a Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Cancer. Stop caring about what they think. There it is. This is your life. Love it. There it is. You have someone around you that just doesn't want you to win. You need to be your own cheerleader. You're coming into the spotlight. Spirit says your change is now. You can only care about yourself. Win or lose, it comes down to yourself. Stop fighting with yourself. Because either you want it or you don't. And the only way we're going to win is if we do validate ourselves. You have to want it. Remember, the universe is already there cheerleading you on. You already have a cheerleader. It's called your spirit guides, your angels, the universe, your higher self, yourself. You already have your own. And that's really all you need. You don't need anybody else's validation, because if anything, this is why I never tell anybody what the fuck I'm doing anyways, because I don't need to hear that they don't like what I'm doing. I don't need to hear their negativity. I don't need to have this validation, because if I go telling everybody that what I'm doing, I'm expecting them to tell me, woo-hoo, go. But not everybody's going to do that. So it's a lot better a lot of times just to keep things quiet. What are you doing? Right? That way you don't have anybody saying, you can't do that. That gets into your head. You don't need that validation, and you don't need that win or lose, and you don't need that heartache of them not being for you, causing you sadness. What do you mean you don't want to see me become rich? What do you mean you don't want me to succeed? What do you mean? Huh? That hurts. No. You don't need to know that. Win or lose, it doesn't matter, because in some areas, some are going to be for you, and then for others of you, they're going to be deep fake. And then some of them are going to tell you that, oh my God, I so hope that you're doing that. And then they're talking shit behind your back, spitting all this negative energy towards you that you don't even know exists. So no, Spirit says it's time for you to have a fresh new beginning. You're reinventing yourself. You know what I love about this card? It says, watch me shine. Me. Watch me. Say it, Scorpio. I said, watch me shine, bitch. That's right. It's all about me. Because you're holding me back. You're telling me I can't. You're telling me I can't. And then I feel like I want someone's approval to do so. You don't need it. You already got so much around you. Even if you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. Like I said, I'm already your cheerleader. You need a cheerleader? I'm right here. I will tell you day after day, go, go, go. And when I don't feel like you're doing something right, I'll tell you, stop doing that. What are you doing? Right? Absolutely. Yep, because you have somebody around you who's fake as hell. They might even be pretending like they got it all. They're somebody. They're all of this stuff, making you feel bad. No, don't worry about them. Don't worry about none of that because it says it's all over. You worry about what you're doing. You're on a roll. Spirit's got your back. Get an overall card and number. I already see it. You guys are, Spirit's already all over you. Yep, there it is. There it is. Boom. High Priestess. You already know anyways. Deep down inside, you already know. So all of that woe is me and anything that's negative or that they try to put onto you that's negative, or just those negative feelings that you have that come in. Now, trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. You already know. You already hold the keys inside. You already know. Stay patient. Be resilient. You have everything you need. Trust in yourself. You guys are amazing. You're awesome. Your numbers are 12. 12 is bringing on that 3. Right? So you got what? 12, 13, 14. You got a 14 going on over here. I love that. Focus on the new beginnings, your personal growth. Take steps to your positive changes. Be disciplined in what you're doing. Work hard and trust in your efforts, guys, your efforts. Strengthen your bonds within yourself and have an open, honest communication within yourself. Yourself. And if you know that maybe you need to have it with somebody else who is here, you do it with them as well. Take it how it resonates. But right now, it's really talking about you reinventing yourself. Love it. God. So empowering. Love it. And having what? No self-doubt at the bottom of the deck. Love it. Okay, guys. If you like this, hit that big old like button. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.